So today we went to Cava. I went to Cava. I think Cava is so underrated. People, I don't know if they don't have locations near them or they just don't talk about it enough, but it's a place that I think is really just, it's better than the places like Chipotle and stuff, and I just don't think enough people talk about it. But the reason that I went today was because they have this new hot honey harissa pita chips, which I got a whole gang of them right here. I'm not done. Whole gang of them right here. They also got the complimentary pita they give you as well, but I got a bowl and a pita. So this video is more about these because they're new and I wanted to try them, but also just to showcase again that I think Cava, when it comes to those chains, if you have one near you and you've never tried it, I highly suggest that you do because I think it's super underrated. Not enough people talk about Cava. So that's why we're here today. Also, I'll put the link in the description. This video will be up at 7 p.m. instead of 6 p.m. on the second channel. A lot of people don't care about the dessert stuff, but some of you guys do. So it's there if you want to. We're going to go to Crumble. I'm putting a series up on there every week where I try the new crumble cookies until I like them, because I'm not a big fan, but people swear by them and say you got to go every week. So you know what? Let's just do it. And Cava happened to be right next to Crumble, so it was just the birth of this. Cava is very similar to Chipotle in where you kind of go down a line and you can pick what ingredients you want on there. They have a lot more ingredients to deal with for people who like to mix and match. They have predetermined bowls that you can get, or you can do what I did, which is get like one that you make for yourself. So this is their grains bowl. In my bowl, I got saffron white rice, harissa, grilled steak, pickled onions. Yes, I like pickled onions. I don't like pickled cucumbers. Some people still you ain't getting that. We got that, fiery broccoli, their hot harissa vinaigrette drizzle on the top, and of course, those new hot honey harissa pita. They give you a lot of these too. Drink of choice today from the Soda Stream. I am very regretful to inform you that I ran out of Dr. Pete, but I did order some more. But in the meantime, this will hold me over. We got some Pepsi Wild Cherry, zero sugar. One thing I don't like about Soda Stream, if you really want me to be real, their contract is with Pepsi, and I'm more of a Coke person, but I'll still drink Pepsi, like I'm not really mad, but you just pour a little bit into this cap, there's a little line there, you drop that bad boy in. No, this is not an ad. I spend on this. I drink a lot of seltzer, and this has been a lot more cost-effective for me, and I just really like this damn thing. I, in fact, had some seltzer on Easter. They had cans of seltzer there, and I thought it was too flat, because you can control how much bubbles you put in this, like through the CO2, and I put way more bubbles than I'm supposed to have, and I like my seltzer like super fizzy. A lot of CO2 in there, so I don't know, like I think I'm converted, and that's just what I'm going to deal with. But let's try this bowl. Make sure I get everything nice and mixed up. My stool. I got a little stool here I sit on. It's like a mechanic stool. I had to move up a little bit. Got to get in here. There we go. Look at this. This is looking real good. This place is so underrated. I like Cava better than any of the burrito chains. Chipotle, Qdoba, Moe's, even though I like those, this is better to me. I just got a big glob of that hot harissa. It's a little spicy, but I want to try it with the pita. When I eat my Cava, I really go in with these pita right here, but this is their new limited edition hot harissa pita chips. You just use it as a scoop. This is so good. I just feel like there's way more flavor in Cava. And what they have to offer. So many different types of customizations. It's more Mediterranean. I mean, it is Mediterranean, so there's also like tzatziki and, you know, some garlic sauce and stuff like that. But the flavor on this stuff just goes crazy for me. And you can build what you want. But I know some of you might not have one near you, and that's why you never tried it. I definitely feel you on that. But their pita chips are underrated. If you don't like spicy, because this is hot harissa, it's a little bit spicy. They do have a regular version of this, which is just like a salted pita chip. Also works just as much. But I love the spiciness on this. Out of 10 on like a chain, it's probably like a 4 or a 5, which is a lot hotter than most. Their steak is it's not chewy at all. And I've been there a bunch of times and gotten it, and I never had chewy steak. I'm sure they might at some places, but not at the one I go to. Let's try this wild cherry diet Pepsi. I haven't had this in like forever, this flavor. But you get 4 of these, and it costs like maybe like $13 on Amazon. And like it fills up. One of those will fill up like 20 bottles. I'm not exaggerating. About I think it's 24 servings. Yeah, 24 servings. So the other one lasted me over a month. And I never had to get anything new. I just ran out. My only con, I feel like this is across the board for every single one of these places at this point. It's costly. But I don't necessarily think it's like that bad. Sweet green, a bowl, which I like sweet green. Maybe we'll do that one soon too. It was like $20 for a bowl. This is 15 and change. And it depends on what you put in it. But I just ordered what I wanted. And it came out to 15 and change, so. I still personally think it's worth it. These, they're new, but I've had this before. Rating this is just going to largely depend on what you put on your own stuff. This combo to me is absolute fire. And it's better than anything I've had at any of those other places. If you're asking me if I pick Cava over those places like Chipotle and stuff, emphatically yes. And I'd probably pick it over sweet green if you factor in the price. The second thing I got here was their pita, which I'm scared to open this up because it might get messed up on you. But this one has red pepper hummus, their braised lamb, which is my favorite thing from there. Pickled onions, their cabbage slaw, fiery broccoli, and some garlic dressing. But you'll see more of it inside when we get to it. Let's give you the side profile of the pita. So yeah, this pita is pretty damn big. Their lamb, which I got in there, it's the best thing they got. I didn't want to get double the same protein, but why am I doing this? I need to see something. That's the best combo. That's crazy. I'm sorry, hold on. People love their crazy feta too. There's another one. I don't, because of there's cucumber in it, like tzatziki. I just don't like cucumbers. But if you're a person who likes that, I would try that out because it's highly recommended. But that garlic dressing, it's got red pepper, and their lamb is so juicy, tender, flavorful. Man, that's the one. Don't stray from the lamb. If you're asking me what's better to get as far as the pita versus the bowl, it's the same thing as like a burrito versus a bowl. It's just how you want to eat it. Personally, I do prefer bowls, but I don't want to get 2 bowls. That's so good. Like, if anything, you get the side pita, and you go in like this. Just like I get a side tortilla at like a Chipotle. But the Cava near me is always packed. And it's even crazier now because it's right next door to a Crumble, which I went into today. And it wasn't that packed. Let me give you one close-up of the lamb. So there it is right there. That's so good. The lamb's the best thing there. I've said that the last 2 times I've gone. But Worth the price of admission, either of these. Overall, Cava is a restaurant. Mine, specifically. Service is fine. Food's always fresh. And they get you in and out of there. I'd give it a 9 on the chain scale, and I think it's better. Way better. But if you're going to go get that lamb. This is going to feel really redundant for the people who watch the videos in the second channel, but I want to talk about it here too. Just not as long and yappy. There was a lady in Crumble today who brought her shopping cart into Crumble. Full cart, 2 people, 2 ladies. One of them could have stayed outside with the cart, and she decided not to. So they brought their full cart full of Target goods, because there's a Target right next door to both of these, in the Crumble. They were waiting for a ride because I could hear them talking. They get outside, they load the car up. And she leaves the cart right where she, like right in front of the door. The cart. Like, they picked stuff up, you can see them both laugh and smile, and just left right there. They need to move to the side of the door. I had to crack the door open and push the cart out of the way to get out of Crumble. I just don't know what's wrong with people. Like, I'm not trying to get too preachy, but the moral of the story is, you're not the only person in the world, you know? So behave that way. I know the world's full of rude people. I get it. There's other people that do stuff that don't put their carts back and, you know, inconsiderate things for other people. But it doesn't mean you have to. Look, if you're a person who does things like that, like you don't put your cart back or you stop your car in places you're not supposed to, you don't even hit your hazards, you're kind of just hanging out there, you park your car in handicap spots when you don't need to, you feel like you just want to park there, and then there's somebody else on crutches that has to not park there because you took the spot. I'm not a perfect person, but I do consider myself, at the very least, a person who tries to consider other people's feelings. And I understand that some people don't feel the need to do that, but just ask yourself if that minor inconvenience is that consequential to you of messing up someone else's vibe simply because you can. And that's all I'll say about it. If you want more, it's on the second channel. I know I'm not supposed to yap on here as much anymore, but I just wanted to talk about that. The Cava is super good. Not to tear this up, but I can't because I have to stop because I got some Crumble. So if you want to see it, it's on the second channel. Again, I know it's a very small people that care for that kind of stuff. If you do, it's just a click away. I know some people get upset about that, but I don't want to inconvenience the masses just for the small percentage of people who like certain stuff. And I know I over-explain myself too much and talk too much and all that other stuff. So I love y'all, man. We'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. Hand signs. They made it to YouTube.